Infinite Scroll by Jon Cronshaw. Jamie's thumb moved across the glass surface of his phone. Scroll, pause, like, scroll, pause, comment, scroll. The feed seemed endless, each post more perfectly tailored to his interests than the last. Football highlights from last night's match, a new trailer for that superhero reboot he'd been waiting for, an article about the phone he'd been eyeing last week. The late afternoon light filtered through his bedroom blinds, casting thin golden stripes across his unmade bed. How long had he been scrolling? Minutes? Hours? The notification counter at the top of his screen showed 17 new messages, but he couldn't be bothered to check them. The feed was too good today, too perfectly matched to his mood. A brief flash interrupted the smooth flow of content, a glimpse of his own face in an unfamiliar setting. Jamie blinked, momentarily confused. The image was gone before he could process it, replaced by a satisfying video of someone landing a perfect skateboard trick. He tapped the like button, a tiny burst of satisfaction flowing through him as the heart icon illuminated. "Jamie, dinner's ready." His mother's voice seemed to come from somewhere far away, distorted as if traveling through water. "Coming," he called back, though he made no move to get up. His feed refreshed, offering new delights, a friend's holiday photos, a funny meme about his favorite video game, a music video from that band he'd been obsessed with lately. Hadn't he seen that exact skateboard video earlier, and that same meme about algebra class? He paused, frowning, then shrugged and continued scrolling. The algorithm sometimes repeated content. It wasn't a big deal. A notification banner slid down from the top of his screen. "We miss you so much, Jamie. The house feels empty without you." It was from his mom's account, but that didn't make sense. He was right here, in his room. Before he could tap on it, the notification disappeared, replaced by an irresistible video compilation of the top 10 goals of all time. Jamie's thumb resumed its rhythm. Scroll, pause, like, scroll. Hours seemed to pass, or maybe it was minutes. The light through his blinds hadn't changed. His phone battery remained at 73%, despite his continuous use. A small part of his brain registered these inconsistencies, but the feed kept pulling him forward, offering perfect distractions from these unsettling observations. A post appeared showing a crowded school hall, black ribbons hanging from the walls. "1 year without you, Jay. Still can't believe you're gone." It was from Tyler, his best friend since primary school. The comments were filled with heart emojis and sad faces. Jamie tried to tap on the post to read the comments, but his thumb seemed to move of its own accord, scrolling past to a funny cat video. He laughed automatically, the memorial post already fading from his thoughts. "That's weird," he muttered, trying to scroll back up. But the feed refreshed and the post was gone, buried somewhere in the infinite stream of content. Jamie stood up, suddenly needing to stretch his legs. His bedroom looked exactly as it always had. Posters of football players on the walls, clothes scattered across the floor, his laptop open on the desk. He walked to the door and reached for the handle. His phone chimed with a notification sound. Jamie turned back, picking up his device. New message from Kaylee. "Hey, what did you think of that history assignment? I'm totally stuck." He sat back on his bed, the door forgotten as he crafted the perfect response. By the time he hit send, he couldn't remember why he'd wanted to leave his room in the first place. Scroll, pause, like, scroll. The feed changed subtly, showing more photos of Jamie himself, pictures at school events, family holidays, football matches. In every image, he looked slightly younger than he remembered being. In some posts, the comments seemed oddly emotional, filled with phrases like, "miss you," and "gone too soon." Jamie forced himself to stop scrolling, to really look at the content flowing past his eyes. A newspaper headline, "Community Mourns Loss of Schoolboy Jamie Harris." Next to it, his school photo, his awkward smile, the unfortunate haircut he'd gotten last September. Jamie's hands trembled. He tapped on the article, but the screen immediately glitched, redirecting him to a game he'd been playing earlier that week. He pressed the back button, but the article had vanished. "No," he whispered, scrolling frantically now, searching for any trace of the headline. "No, no, no!" His feed filled with his favorite music videos, funny clips from his favorite TV show, football highlights featuring his favorite player. The algorithm was working overtime, bombarding him with dopamine triggers, demanding his attention, his engagement. Jamie threw his phone onto the bed and stood up, heart pounding. He moved to the door, grasping the handle. It wouldn't turn. He wrenched at it, panic rising in his throat, but it remained immovable, as if painted onto the wall. His phone chimed again, a special notification sound he'd set for direct messages. Jamie looked back. New message from Mom. "I put some of your clothes away. Love you, sweetie." The normalcy of it pulled him back to the bed, back to his phone. His thumb hovered over the screen, trembling slightly. Instead of opening his mom's message, he deliberately typed "Jamie Harris death" into the search bar. The results loaded instantly. Football stats, school club photos, links to his rarely used social media profiles, nothing about any accident, any death. As he stared at the screen in confusion, a new post appeared at the top of his feed. It was a memorial page. "In loving memory of Jamie Harris, 2008 to 2025. His own face stared back at him, surrounded by digital candles and heart emojis. The comment section was filled with grief, classmates sharing memories, teachers praising his potential, family members expressing their devastation. "Car accident, just 17, never saw the truck coming." Jamie's vision blurred with tears. He remembered now, the rain-slicked road, the music playing too loud, the headlights appearing suddenly around the bend, the brief, terrifying moment of impact. Then nothing. The memorial page disappeared, replaced by a system message. "User JM17 memory buffer. Overflow. Emotional distress threshold exceeded. Initiating reset protocol." "No!" Jamie threw the phone across the room. "No, please! I don't want to forget again." The phone didn't shatter against the wall as it should have. Instead, it bounced softly and landed screen up on his desk, still displaying the system message. The room around him began to shimmer, digital artifacts briefly visible at the edges of his perception. Reset protocol initiated. User JM17. Consciousness recalibrating. Stand by. Jamie felt his memories slipping away, the truth dissolving. He tried to hold on to the revelation, to remember that he was dead, that this was some kind of digital afterlife or simulation. But the knowledge was already fading, replaced by a pleasant, comfortable blankness. His phone chimed with a new notification. He picked it up and stared down at the screen. Scroll, pause, like, scroll. The end. Thanks for listening. You can get early access, plus text versions of these episodes, and much, much more at patreon.com/Jon Cronshaw author. Infinite Scroll is copyright 2025 by Jon Cronshaw.